Green and Garden, fresh on table. Welcome back to Asian Garden at Table. Today we're in the greenhouse where Jean wants to talk about maintaining the seedlings. Hi, honey.
Hi.
What you working on?
I'm thinning the vegetable seedlings.
Thinning the vegetable seedlings? What does that mean?
I put some of the young plants out because there are too many in one cell and they need the space to grow bigger, and I have to remove some of them. Usually I keep 3 to 4 young plants in one cell.
So you overplant the seed in the cell and then remove the ones that are not doing so good?
Well, most of the vegetable seeds, they are very tiny. So when you sow them, it's very common that you put too many seeds in one cell and they grow out, they get crowded, and you have to thin them so the healthy plant, the plant will have bigger space to grow.
I imagine some people would think that's wasteful of the seed.
Yes, some people may think so, but if you don't thin them, later they will not have enough space and nutrients for them to grow bigger and healthier. This seedling here, a lot of them, they are cool weather vegetables. We have very short growing season for cool weather vegetables, so I have to work fast to make this all tested. I have onion, chive, lettuce, Chinese lettuce, tung hao, cilantro, spinach. Now these are peas. A lot of people don't grow peas in seed starter, but I like to grow them in seed starter to see how well the germination also, and they will grow much faster and consistent if I started them in the seed starter.
So we're checking germination rates of all our new seed as well.
Yes. These are different kind of Chinese cabbage. They are growing very fast. These will be ready to transplant in the next 1 to 2 weeks. I thinned them 2 days ago. Thinned them down to 2 to 3 plants. So here we have kohlrabi, cabbage, cauliflower, and broccoli. Most of them are here. They grow a little bit slower than Chinese cabbage, so they look still tiny. Give them another 2 to 3 weeks, they will be ready to transplant too.
So what do we have on this side of the greenhouse? These are the most popular seed we sell on our website?
Yes, we actually have a lot more varieties this year. I already post them on our website. They will be available in the middle of February. I have different kind of bok choy, night choy, quick choy, yo choy some, and also we add more these. These are very special vegetable. In China, we call them wu ta cai. I call them wu choy on our website.
What is it called in Chinese?
Wu ta cai.
Wu ta tai?
Mm-hmm. Yes, these are new for us, and I know a lot of people, they request to get this vegetable, so we're having them this year.
How long ago did we start these?
I sow directly in the seed starter. I start this the 29th, so right now it's a little bit over 2 weeks.
So 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't do anything with a wet paper towel or anything like that, just put them directly in the seed starter?
Yes, I sow them directly. All these seeds are very easy to germinate and they grow fast, so we don't need to start the seed in paper towel.
So do you thin these also, or do you just let them grow?
I have to thin them also. See, I thinned them 2 days ago. Now they're still growing in the tray. Now I only want to keep 3 to 4 plants in one cell. Even 3 to 4 plants still a lot. Later, after I transplant them in the garden, I will pick the young plant to eat.
So all our seed starters look like they're the starter inside of a tray inside of another tray. What's that for?
First of all, this is the tray that we grow the vegetable in. So it has cells. The cells that we sow the seed in there, it have different like little cups. So that is the cells. And then we put these cells in a tray here. This tray actually open at the bottom and the water can reach the cells. The cells also have holes at the bottom, you see? The root is reaching out to get the nutrients and water from underneath. This is the tray that we use. They have holes at the bottom, so water can flow out and in through these holes. They just help us to carry the cells around. Down here, in English, this is called reservoir, and we put our seed starter tray into this reservoir. They will sit in there. This reservoir will be able to hold water. We have to make sure it's all leveled. So we add water in there, it will evenly distribute to all the trays. If you don't need to start a lot of seed, you can consider to use the other tray. Look almost like this, but they don't have holes at the bottom. So basically you add water in this tray to feed the plant in the cells. This is usually for commercial, and these are not cheap. I think this one, even after a discount we get, because we bought so many of them, right?
Yeah, we bought a whole pallet of them.
Yes, we spent a lot of money for this. This tray itself, if you want to buy a single tray, just the tray itself costs $25. Could be more than that. That is the cheapest place we can get for this tray. But some of them on Amazon charge over $100 for this tray.
Yeah. The big trays are 4 feet long by about 2 feet wide, so that we can put up to 4 seed starter trays in it.
Yes, we can put 4. I usually put 3 because I want a little bit space between, so the plant can have a little bit extra space.
So how do we feed and water all these seedlings?
A lot of gardeners ask this question. It is very important to feed and water your seedling if you want them to grow healthy and fast. Even the potting mix we use here to start the seed, there's some compost in it, but it is not enough for the plant to grow into size big enough for transplanting. So we have to add nutrients to feed the plants.
So what kind of nutrients do we add when we're feeding the seedlings?
We use water-soluble fertilizers. This is the brand we use. This is the most common and easier to get nutrients for the plant. And this is what it looks like in the bag. And just need to add in water. They have the suggested concentration for how you use, but usually I only use half of what they suggested because I water the plants a lot, so I don't want to put too much in it. Put in a tray. Sometimes I need to water every day. If the plant grows really big and it suck up all the liquid in one day, then I would need to add more. Like these, they are slower and they consume much less water, so I water this every 2 to 3 days.
So do you want the plants to fully absorb all the water that's in the tray before you add water again?
It is very important to control the water you add for the vegetable to grow. You want the vegetable to have enough water, the soil stay moist all the time, but you don't want to overwater it. If you overwater the vegetable, they will get rotten. When I add water, I make sure that the tray have certain time, half of the time the tray will be dry and the soil still wet. So the plant can breathe. You see there's the root here, this root. If it's exposed in air, it will be able to breathe. But if it's soaked in water, yes, it will take in nutrients, but it will not breathe well. So it is important to not let your seed starter soaking wet all the time. I also want to bring up one of the questions that a lot of gardeners ask me. You use water-soluble fertilizer to feed your plant. You're not growing your vegetable organically. That is one of the things that people argue a lot to growing organic vegetables. Yes, the organic vegetable idea is very, very great, but it's very hard to get 100% organic. If you're not doing it for certification for business, then I would suggest you combine some inorganic fertilizer and organic fertilizer to grow your vegetable. That will make you grow actually easier to grow a vegetable, and in my opinion, actually better than all organic.
We applaud those who try to do everything organic, but to be more practical, it's better to use some inorganic as well.
Yes, especially for seed starting. You have to understand all the seedling we buy from the store, they have to use water-soluble fertilizer to water them, because you have to think that a small container here like this, there's not enough nutrients for the plant to grow. That is why you start a seedling at home, it's okay to add some inorganic fertilizer for them to grow seedling. But when we grow in our garden out there, I usually don't use inorganic fertilizer if our soil is rich enough. Okay, this is what we want to cover in this video. Basically answers some of the questions gardeners have when they start their vegetable seeds. This is all for today's video. If you like our video, please give us a thumb up. Subscribe to our channel. We will have a lot more to show you. We will see you next time.